Welcome to Mondays with Marcia, except today is Tuesday, but we're going to pretend it's Monday. I'm up here at the Capitol representing House District 61, and today was our first day of the session. This session will run through March 1st, and I just wanted to orient you a little bit about what we're doing this week and tell you how you can contact me or come up and hear what's going on, or even just log in to our meetings and you can give comments. Anyway, I'll get to that. So today so far we have met and we've already passed some bills, and these bills were already heard by the committees throughout the interim, and they were passed unanimously by the committee. And so bills have to go through kind of a process, but because these bills have already gone through a lot of that process during interim, they were able to come up on the board. We call it the reading calendar, the board, today, and we were able to vote on them. And they were pretty non-controversial. Another thing that we're doing this week is we meet in our appropriations committees, and we start tomorrow. I'm on social services appropriations, but all the appropriations committees will meet for the next 3 weeks. Social services meets twice as much as any other appropriations because our budget is pretty complex. And something that Utah does that I think is really great is that we are required to pass a base budget by 15 days into the session. And what that means is that we will never not have a budget. We're not like the federal government, they have to do these continuing resolutions, and sometimes if the government shuts down, we don't ever do that because we pass a base budget, which is, so in our appropriations committees, we go through and we can, we look at line item funding and we have, our staff has prepared for us some places where they might think, well, we can cut this funding, or I guess that's it, they can cut this funding. And then we hear from the departments and they can say, yeah, we agree with that funding cut, or we don't. And so then as a committee, we get together and we will vote either whether to cut that funding or not. And then after we do all that, then we will pass the base budget for social services appropriations. And that means that whatever is being funded will continue to be funded. And then we have the rest of the session, and we prioritize new funding requests that come in, and we have the rest of the session to kind of work out those things, and we pass a final budget at the very end. Well, if for some reason we couldn't come to agreement on that final budget, it doesn't matter because we've already passed the base budget, and the things that have been funded will continue to be funded with that base budget. So that's something that's, I think that Utah does really well. We also will meet in our standing committees. I will be in Health and Human Services and also on political subdivisions. That will be interesting. I haven't done that one. And you can go to LE, the first two letters of legislator, le.utah.gov. And that gives you all kinds of information where you can look up committees, you can look up our budget, you can follow, if you find reading calendars, you can follow along what we do on the floor. And I would love for any of you to contact my wonderful intern who is holding this camera, Christy, and you can come up and sit with me if you'd like to, or come up and visit. You can contact her and find out everything that's happening. So anyway, hope to hear from you.